Hello everyone, here we go. It is Thursday the 28th of March and that is our craft along day this month. Hello everyone, so nice to have you all here. It's a weird day today. The sun is not shining but it's warm. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't seem to know what it wants to do. Maybe someone else out there is having some beautiful weather, but I'm not sure what it's doing here. Okay, I'm just looking at some comments. I see we have quite a few people here already. Good morning, Margaret. Or good afternoon, I should say. I'm sorry, good afternoon. And then we have Sheila. How are you, Sheila, from New Zealand? Ready to craft and have a coffee. That sounds pretty nice, doesn't it? I haven't got coffee. I've got a bottle of water with me today. Hello, Joan. Early. That's awesome. It feels good sometimes to be early. I know we can't always do it because we have lives, but, you know, sometimes it's nice, right? Hello, Marsha. How are you? I see. Who else do we have? We have Leslie. Hi, Leslie. Your fingers are covered in silver paint and glitter. That sounds like you've been having fun. Painting eggs. Oh, my goodness. In the children's ward at the hospital. How much fun. That's awesome. I hope you're having a really good time. Hello, Jen. Nice to see you. Excited to see what you have for us today. Yes. Some of you, those of you who have the supply packs for today ready to go, thank you for ordering with me last month. That's why you got a supply pack. If you didn't get a supply pack, that just means you didn't put an order through in February to qualify for the supply pack, but you can still enjoy today's process. And I'm going to try and cover it from the beginning so that if people want to do it from scratch, they have the information to do that. Hello, Denise. How are you? Nice to see you. We still haven't caught up for coffee. Goodness me. I'm beginning to worry. We need that to happen, right? Because I'm running out of time. Goodness me. I've got a short month next month. Cold and overcast in Christchurch. Yes, it's a little bit. It's not cold here. It's warm, but it's overcast. Hello, Margaret. How are you down in Albury? How are you going? The weather's beautiful in Albury. Well, that's nice to know. It had to be nice somewhere, right? And Sherry is here. You're in Indiana, Sherry. Hi, nice to see. Excuse me, nice to see you. Hello, Judy. Hi, Trish. All right, it will happen. It has to happen, right? If your offer of helping me with swaps is still open, I'm still hoping to take you up on that. So we can talk about that later. That's if you have time, because I know you're a busy person too. All right, let's get started, shall we? Let's switch over to the desk and let's look and see what we're playing with today. All right, so this month, my craft along is actually focused on a suite of products. Let me straighten up the camera so it's straight. That's better. And we're doing the Flowering Zinnias Suite Collection this month. Okay, so it's a really fun set. Lots and lots of bright colors. Some beautiful stamps, as you can see right here. That's called the stamp set, and the dies are called Simply Zinnia. So you've got the Simply Zinnia stamps, the Simply Zinnia dies. Then we also have an embossing folder that has the zinnias. Now, interestingly, and I mentioned this in the tutorial that I've done, the zinnias are facing this way. They're kind of sideways. I don't know if, well, let's put something behind it so you can see what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see it with white. No, that doesn't help at all. Doesn't help at all. We need a dark color. Let me just grab a piece of black. That would be better. All right, so hopefully this gives you a better look. That should work better. See how the flowers are going sideways? So the bottom of the embossing folder is here where the Stampin' Up is, and there's always a line to help you line up your paper inside, but you'll be putting your paper sideways if you want the flowers to be going in an upwards direction. And this is one of those folders that it does matter the direction of the folder. Okay, so just to bear that in mind when you're using this one. All right, it's a 3D folder too, so you do need the specialty plate if you're using it with the cut and emboss machine. All right, and then there's the adhesive back shiny sequins. These are super fun. They come in the colors that are in the paper, and let me show you the paper. Now, you'll have to excuse me because my paper has been chopped up and used, a million different ways. So I can't show you a whole pack of brand new paper, but this paper is lovely. So you've got two sides to the paper. This green is lemon lime twist, and we've got these gorgeous pieces that you can chop up and make card fronts out of. Super nice. This one has like a pink background. There's actually two similar to that. See, these two are similar. They've both got those lovely big zinnias. This one's got the bigger zinnias. This one's a bit smaller, but these ones are on a white background. Okay, and this one's on like a flirty flamingo background. And the back of those, we've got the pumpkin pie with little lemon lolly flowers. And this one has Highland Heather with Blackberry Bliss crisscrosses. So that's cool. So I like the fact that you usually get the more graphic, large designs on one side, and then the other side has the smaller designs. Okay, and it makes it very easy to work with. It's a great system they have for their paper. So this one has they're not really big, but this has like larger flowers. This one has tiny. They look like dots, but if you get close enough, can you see the little tiny flowers? Aren't they super cute? It does. That is exactly what it means. If you've got a big mess, it means you've been having fun. Isn't that true? Whether that be sparkly glitter or whatever it might be. All right, so then there's this one here. We're using this one today. This is like melon mambo background with real red flowers. And this one is really interesting because it almost looks suede-y the way the finish on it is almost like a suede effect, but it's really beautiful. And on the back of that, you've got the same colors, but you've got real red with little melon mambo crosses. Can you see them? Little crosses. It's a bit hard to see. And then more of that. I think that might, no, we've still got some more. We've got some greens. Okay, so there's some greens at the back here. These ones are, I haven't actually used these yet because they're very bright. I haven't decided yet how I want to use those. And then there's green diagonal stripes on the back. So there's a few different greens in here. And I'm just going to go through on the back of the papers. Whenever you look at a pack of paper, okay, on the back is the colors that they've used in the suite. So the colors in this suite, there's quite a lot. There's Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Floaty Flamingo, Highland Heather, Lemon Lime Twist, Lemon Lolly, Melon Mambo, Mossy Meadow, which is the darkest green, Old Olive, Petal Pink, Pumpkin Pie, and Real Red. Okay, so a really good, robust number of colors in that set. But you can do a lot with this. It's got a lot of possibilities, and you'll see me using it in a lot of different ways today. All right. On our first project, though, so I'm going to put these bits and pieces away, and I'm going to pull out the supply packs that I'm going to be working with. If you have one of these, feel free to craft along. However, if you don't want to craft along, if you would rather just watch, that is fine too. Okay. What I find is that people usually watch first and then come back and replay later and make the project. So you can, if you're brave, you can watch along and craft with me, or you can, and that's why it's called craft along, or if you prefer, you can come back and do it later. Okay, so I'm going to pop everything out of the bag, and I'll go through all these bits and pieces, and then I'm going to show you how I cut up the pieces that are in here. So if you don't have a supply pack, you know what it is that I did. Okay, all right, so let's have a look at our base pieces first. We've got a piece here. It's folded over already for you, and you can see it opens up and we have a curved edge here. All right, let me show you the project. You want to see the project? That probably makes sense, doesn't it? All right, so this is our project today. All right, so it has this curved, I don't really know what to call this card. So if anyone has a really great idea for a name, at the moment I'm calling it the curvy opening card because I'm not sure what else to call it. But anyway, it's got this curved shape here, okay, with the greeting on the front. And when you open it up, okay, then you've got a second folded piece, and then you've got your piece inside. If you do not have the stamp set that goes with this, and currently, I haven't looked today, but this Zinnia stamp set, believe it or not, is out of stock last time I looked. So I'm just going to go into the Stampin' Up website. Just give me 1 second, and I'm going to check and see if it is still marked down as unavailable, because it was yesterday it was unavailable, but I haven't checked today. So let me quickly do that. Give me 1 second. Sorry about this. I should have known that before I started. I just want to give you the right information. So for anyone, if you're a demonstrator and you're not sure how to check the stock levels of something, you go to the ordering tab and then you scroll down to where it says inventory status report. Okay, and that gives you an idea of what's out of stock. Oh, it might be back. Well, isn't that awesome? It looks like you can get this set because it's not listed as unavailable. So unless it goes out again quickly, this stamp set is now available to purchase. Yay! That's awesome. All right, so this is a beautiful set, and we'll come in and look at this one. But you could use any set that you wanted to here. You don't even have to stamp in this centerpiece, but we'll come back to that, and I'll show you why I use that. This is a piece of the embossing folded used here, and I will show you that as well. And then we've got the curvy shape. All right, so the pieces that make up the base are measured like this. All right, I'm going to bring my piece in. Okay, I have taken a piece of A4 cardstock, whatever cardstock you use. You're going to cut it down the middle vertically at the halfway point. Now in Australia, our paper is 21 centimeters wide, or if you're using metric, 21 centimeters wide, which means our halfway point is 10.5. So I've cut the whole length of cardstock in half at the 10.5 mark. Okay, if you are doing this in imperial, I have actually got the measurements for this on the PDF that I have done. But if you don't have that, let me just quickly, I'll grab that for you in a sec so I can give you those measurements. Right, so I'm folding this in half, and that's the 14.8 mark, or 14.85 if you're being really precise. All right. Bifold card with a curve. Ooh, that sounds good. Curvy bifold card, maybe? I'm sure we can come up with a better name. That's the best so far. I like that bifold card thing, Judy. That sounds really, really good. All right, so this is at the halfway mark, 14.85. Okay, so then what I did, let me grab my my PDF to quickly, I have to step away from my desk for 1 second. Sorry about that. It was further away than I thought. There we go. All right. So this is the PDF that I do that goes with this. All right. And there's pages and pages of the different projects. This is the project we're doing now, and so on. Okay. So you can see there's pictures for each one. And I have all the measurements in there for you. These are included when you place an order of $60 or more with me. This is one of the things that you get, as well as the supply pack. Okay, and this is emailed to you after the video. Okay, so I just need to pop in the video links to all these videos that I've recorded, and this will be available, and it's going to be on my blog. So if you're wondering where to find it, within the next hour or two, this will be up on my blog for you to purchase if you wish. If you placed an order with me in February and you got the supply pack, you're going to get this automatically. You don't have to purchase it. Okay. And if you're in my team, you don't have to purchase it. This is just something that you guys all get. However, if you wish to purchase it, particularly if you're overseas, that's why I include the imperial measurements so that you guys have access to that information. All right. So and it works for whatever market you're in. So there's a lot of work that goes into this document. It's huge. It takes me ages to work out all the measurements, especially in imperial, because I'm not as familiar with that. So it takes a while, but it's done. I'm really happy. Sometimes this is the thing that's the hold up, but today I've actually finished it. All right. So this is the piece that we now have. Okay. Now, if you're in Australia, what you would then do is you would cut 4.5 centimeters off the end of this. All right, so let me put this in. Actually, I'll go this way. 4.5 centimeters. I'm going to take that off. All right, and if you're in the US, you're going to be cutting, it's going to be 4 1/4 by 11, and then you're going to cut off 1 1/4 inches at the front of the card. So this piece here is the piece we've just cut off, and now you can see that is shorter. So we've still got the same, the base is still the same measurement, but this piece at the top is shorter. Then I got my around the bend dies But if you don't have around the bend, you could also use basic borders dies. Basic borders dies are being discontinued. Around the bend are not. Okay. If you don't have a curvy edge die, then around the bend are a really good one to get. That's this little die here. And what I did was I popped this through. I put it almost to the end so that the end is like the edge is right there on the end. And I pop that through my machine, okay, to make that curved edge. All right. So this piece ends up being like, this is 10.5 centimeters from here and here, or to there, to that edge. All right. Then we have a piece of 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter DSP. And I did the same thing to the edge of this one. I put it right to the edge of the paper and I cut that right off along there so that I would make that edge. Then this one is going to end up on here, okay, with that curvy edge. So these two will match, all right, because that's how that will go. Does that make sense what I've done? So this one is 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, or in the US it's 4 by 4, okay. And then here, this piece here is 10 centimeters, sorry, 10.5 from here to here and 10.5 from here to here. All right, so that's how I got that curved edge, and I hope that makes some sense. If it doesn't, sing out to me and I will help you with that. All right, so that's the piece that gets the curved edge to create this piece. Then we have the 10 by 10 piece that also has the curved edge. Okay, then this piece here is 10.5 by 10.5. So that means it's the same width as this other piece. And when we fold it over, like so, all right, it's 10 centimeters, sorry, 10.5 from here to here and 10.5 from here to here. All right, so it's 10.5 by 21 centimeters long. All right, full measurements are going to be in the PDF for everyone. Okay, so if you're wondering how much does it cost to buy the PDF with all the measurements and all the video instructions and everything that will be additional for the ones that are not included in this live, that will all be part of, that'll be on my blog, and it's $15 Australian. So that works out to be about $10 US or something like that. So it's actually very reasonable, and you get an additional 4 videos with all the measurements, and you get the measurements for this project as well. All right, so so that's how that goes. All right, so this is going to get this little piece here. Let's use our bone folder, make sure it sits nice and flat, and I'll do that on both. Don't lose, when you open your little bags, don't lose these 3 little blingy things that are in your bags. Okay, that's what those are. And then we're going to push that one down as well. So now we have these 2. And what you're going to do is you're going to put this folded piece, with it folded over, is going to get adhered to this edge so that this folded edge is flush with the piece at the bottom. Does that make sense what I'm doing? You could, if you wanted to, if you don't like that join being in here, and don't forget that's what this piece that's going to go inside is for. It is there to cover your join, okay? That's why it exists. But if you don't like that, you could put it around the back. I prefer to have the join covered up by the piece inside, because otherwise you can see the join at the back. So just, it's personal preference, but that's what I prefer. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab some Tombow or whatever adhesive you would like to add, and we're going to put that on this piece here, and then we're going to fold it over, adhered so it's up near the top. This is actually a pretty simple card, but it just takes a little bit of time to get it visualized as to, you know, what I'm trying to do. I hope it, oh, goodness me, I didn't do a very good job of that. Let me do that again. I want to line it up with the edges. I want it to be right at the edge. That's better. Okay, and now that folded edge, can you see it there? The folded edge at the top is flush with this other edge. Just fold that, push it down so it sits in the right spot. And now you've got the bare bones of the card. Okay, so you've got this edge here and you've got this curved edge at the front. Okay, all right. So when you've got this folded here, I've given you in your supply packs this 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter piece that's going to go in the middle here. Okay, and that gets adhered to this 10.5 by 10.5 square. So let's do that. If you don't have the folder, you could use any folder at all to do this, but I think it looks really nice embossed, and there is something really nice about white on white. I'm a big fan of white with embossing. I just think white embossing is beautiful. Make sure your flowers are facing up the right way so that you can see the stems are going this way. So that's the way we want that to go. Great idea for your Mother's Day cards, Lani. That's fabulous. Really like that. Convex curved bifold card. That's an interesting one. I like the bifold card idea. I think I'll go with that. And I'm going to have to, because I haven't actually, at the moment, I've made this, I'm calling it the Pink Zinnias Curvy Opening Card. So I'm going to go in before this goes live. That's one of the things I want to fix up when I finish this video. I'm going to fix that, and we're going to give it the new name. So we'll have the new name by the end of this video. What do you think? Is that a good idea? Oh, I'm glad you like it, Nairi. All right. So now my card is opening both ways. I've got this piece, and we can put that on as well. So as you can see, this is going to come together pretty easily and pretty quickly. So I'm going to put that onto my front. I think bifold card is a winner. I think everyone's agreeing that that's a good name. Bifold card. Why didn't I think of that? All right, and I'm going to position this so it's as even on the front of this as I can make it. If this isn't completely even, you can either fix it up if you have the curved dies, but if you're not too worried, like I'm not worried if that's not perfect. It's actually pretty good either way. All right, so, and you want to make sure your flowers, once again, are facing the right way. All right, okay. Now, I think what I might do now is the inside piece. So I've got a piece of basic white card. So this construction of the base here is on basic white thick, whereas the piece that's going to go inside is just basic white, normal basic white. Okay, so I'm going to stamp on this. Like I said before, if you don't want to stamp on it, you just want to use it for writing on and you don't need to have a stamp, that's fine. Or you could, if you wanted to use whatever stamps you happen to have. But now that we've found out that the Zinnia, the Simply Zinnia stamp set is back available for sale, maybe that's a good one for you to get while you're waiting for that to happen. All right, so I'm going to position this. Now, I'm just putting this over on the right-hand side, sorry, left-hand side here, and I'm putting it just right towards that edge. So I'm leaving myself some room to write over here. All right, it's going to go off a little bit, but that's okay. All right, and that's how it looks. Isn't that a nice stamp? Look at the detail. Isn't that fantastic detail? You can see all the little stars in the middle of the zinnias. Super, super nice. I love this set. All right. That's Gorgeous Grape I'm using, the ink pad. You could use any purple you have, but I think Gorgeous Grape is really a great addition. Now, and I'm going to show you why. I originally had stamped this with Highland Heather. Highland Heather, if you're going to pick it up with some water, which is what I'm about to do to colour in the middle of these zinnias, the water doesn't spread as well with the Highland Heather, but with the Gorgeous Grape, which is a little bit darker, it spreads beautifully. And I'll show you what I mean. I'm just using basic white. All I'm going to do here is I'm going to come in. I've got a bit of water in my pen. For anyone who doesn't know, our water painters come in 3 sizes. They come in a pack together, and you just empty them out, put water in the tap, water from the tap straight into the barrel, and then, you know, screw it back together, and then you have a little bit of a squeeze and you've got water coming through your brush, and you can modify how much. I usually keep a paper towel on hand so I can blot it if it gets too wet, but this is great for just going over the center of your zinnias, and as you can see, it's spreading the color without needing to add any other color at all. All right, so it's like a cheap way of watercoloring, and we like techniques where you can cheat, right? So can you see straight away that's now started to, and I didn't color in the stars on purpose because I wanted them to stand out. So that's how that looks, and I'm going to do the same thing. It's very quick, easy technique. We love our techniques, right? Who's coming? Who likes to come to Technique Tuesday? I've been doing those now. I worked out the other day that I've got I forget how many. I actually lost count, but I've been doing them since beginning of November every week, and they're getting such a great response. People seem to love the techniques, so that's been fantastic. So if you haven't ever come along to one of those, I'd love to see you at one. We can grow our little community here. Right, so I'm adding some color in the middle, but I'm avoiding the stars because I want the stars to stand out. All right, I'm happy with that. That's just adding a little bit of something extra. All right, now I'm going to pop some glue on the back, and I'm going to adhere that inside my card. So this is what I was talking about before. This is a really great way to put that extra layer in. It's going to cover up this join, okay, because the join is not really what we want to see. You know, it's a little bit unsightly. So we're going to cover that up with these flowers. And all you're doing is putting your panel so it's equally distant from the top and the bottom and the two score lines there at the side. And so if you look really closely, you can still see the join, but gee, you'd have to be looking hard because it's not very obvious anymore. It's all covered up. Okay, so there we go. Does that look good? Ah, there you go. So my job is to build the cards, Judy, and your job is to name them. Is that what we're saying? That's great. Oh, I'm so glad. The bonus is to learn things. I know, right? So you've got plenty of room inside this card to write whatever message you might have. All right, and you can see this is now folded over like this, and this is folded over like this. But we need a sentiment, right? So you might see here on the front, I've got this panel. Now on my original one, so this was the very, very first mock-up one I did, okay, I just did one concave, sorry, hang on, let me think about, no, convex, one convex, you know, it's convex and concave, you know, whether they go one way or another. This came from, we have a pick a banner die that does one that does a convex edge, which is this type, or a concave edge. And how I remember which is which, because I struggled with this for years, is that concave is like a cave, so it goes in. So that means it goes in this way and does a banner, okay? Convex means it comes out because it's the cave that goes in. That's how I remember. So I don't know if anyone else struggles to remember which is convex and which is concave, but that is the answer. Let me just grab you the die, sorry, the punch that does this. It's a punch. And it is the Pick a Banner punch. That is this one. Okay, now this punch is being retired. Okay, so if you love this punch, this would be a really great one to get before it's gone. I can't tell you offhand if it's being discounted. I've had a few people ask me about the retired list, wondering about when the discounts start. The lists are available now, and of course you can, because they're still considered current at the current time. They're current until they're sold out, or until the 1st of May. Once the 1st of May rolls around, they're then considered retired. However, they may sell out before then, okay? The specials, if there are any specials, not all items are marked down, but items that are marked down are marked down 50 and even 60%, up to 60% off. But bear in mind, those don't start until the 9th of April. So if you're wondering what's going on, okay, how can we have things available on a retiring list now, but the specials aren't working yet? That's because the specials don't kick in until the 9th of April. And it's up to you guys to kind of work out and decide whether you're prepared to take the gamble that the things will still be there on the 9th. If it's something you are desperately waiting for and it's not going on sale, I would get it right away. Okay, I would not wait. However, if you are if you're looking at the list and it says it's going to be on sale 40 or 50 or whatever percent it's going to be on sale for, you're thinking, yeah, I'd really like to get that special price, and it's not the end of the world if I don't get it, so let me wait. Okay, some things will certainly be around then, no problems. Okay, so it's kind of, you guys get to choose whether or not you want to wait or whether you want to order right now. All right, so this is the punch that I'm talking about. And so I'm just going to show you, this punch has 3 channels. I'm going to miss this punch actually because it's been fantastic. I have absolutely loved it. and it has 3 channels, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and 1 inch wide. Yes, I know those are imperial measurements, but that's what they are, okay? But I can do that. My trimmer has both centimeters and inches on it. I have both. So I'm just measuring this to 1 inch, or for those of you who don't like that, 2.5 centimeters is 1 inch. So that makes it easy, okay? So this is the 1 inch measurement, okay? And the way that the punch works, if you've never seen it working, is it goes into the channel and you push it as far as it will go, okay? I always check underneath and make sure I can see that piece of paper there at the back, and I can. It's gone all the way to the end, and then I can punch it, all right? That's the concave one. This is the convex. So for this particular piece, I started out with an 11, let me think, what is it? 11.5 centimeter piece of this, okay? And then I popped it into my trimmer, sorry, my punch, what am I saying? And then made sure it's all the way to the bottom, and it does my little convex end, okay? Super easy. If you like being able to do that to your strips of paper, this is a fantastic punch. Don't let it get away, because it is going to be retiring. All right, so that's your convex, all right? Then for this one, on the original, I just put that in straight on like that. You can see this is exactly the same piece, but I didn't worry about doing the other end. But when I did the ones that I sent out in the supply packs, I did both ends, and I did decide that I like that better. But you might not, if you prefer it the other way, just do one edge, not both, okay? So this is going to end up on here like so. But first of all, we need to stamp it. So let me do that. And the stamp that I've got out for this one is this one from the Zinnia, the Simply Zinnia set that says sending flowers and thinking of you. And I thought, well, that's kind of perfect, isn't it? So let's do this in Gorgeous Grape as well. We're only using the one color today for our stamping. Makes it easy. And I'm just going to gently tap, make sure I ink up the whole thing, and make sure I don't have any ink anywhere that I don't want it. I have got a tiny bit on that end, so I'm going to wipe that away with my finger. All right, that looks pretty good. Then I'm going to come over here. Now I'm going to stand up, because then I can line it up better. And I'm making sure I get that right there in the middle of my sentiment. Hold it down for a few seconds to make sure it transfers the ink. And that looks pretty good. Like it. All right. Then I have got this. Well, actually, before I do that, if you want to edge this, and edging is a pretty popular thing, you have a number of choices, okay? You can edge it by grabbing a piece of a little sponge dauber and picking up your ink of choice and zipping around the edges, okay? That will do a nice edge. You can drag it along the ink pad if that's your thing. Something I've been doing lately is I've been grabbing myself a alcohol marker in the color of choice, and I use the brush end, and I literally sort of put this on an angle and just go around and color the edges. So this is another way you can do this. Very easy to do, and it's quick. Okay, so that's another alternative way to edge your pieces. Just don't push too hard. You don't want to damage your tip, but that works out pretty well. All right, that looks good. You learn stalactites cling tightly to the ceiling of caves, and stalagmites might reach up to touch stalactites. Ah, do you know how I think of it, Leslie? I have this, I guess we all have a little system that helps us remember things. Stalactites are like tights, and I imagine legs wearing tights, as in, you know, pantyhose. I imagine legs, so that means they're coming from the top. So I know the stalactites are the ones that look like tights in legs hanging from the ceiling. That's how I remember that. Isn't that funny? All right, so this is going to go here. All right, but before we do that, I've also got this little piece of glimmer paper. Now this is from, I love this stuff, this is the Berry Burst glimmer paper, and it is from the 3-color glimmer paper pack, which is not in a catalog. If you go looking for it, you won't find it. It's an online exclusive, and it's these 3 pieces. Okay, so it's 10 in Australia, $10.50 gets you the white, and it's an iridescent white. It's got lots of different colors in it. So iridescent white, then you've got old olive, and you've got berry burst. Those three colors come in a pack together, one sheet of each for $10.50. Okay, so there you go. All right, so how am I going to attach that to this? Because that's what I want to do. I want to have it going along the bottom edge of my banner. So I'm actually going to I'm going to get my glue dots, and I'm going to use, you can use, I find I use quite often the tip of my bone folder to pick up glue dots. I find that quite handy if I'm not going to actually just place them directly. And what I want to make sure is I'm putting them on the bottom, and I'm going to put it right on that bottom edge. So I'm going to have one at this end, one at this end, and one at this end, one in the middle. Whoop. All right. Okay, so this here is just going to go right along that edge. And it's that simple. You just pop it down so it goes straight along the bottom edge of that piece of that banner. Okay, then you grab your paper snips, turn this over, and cut it off in line with your banner so that it looks like it was made for it, which it wasn't, but that's okay. All right, so now that piece is right there at the bottom. Okay, this is now going to go along here. And what I did when I positioned was I had the point of my banner about 1 centimeter from the end. Okay, so if you're wondering how much is a centimeter in inches, about not quite half an inch. So there you go. All right, so I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to put dimensionals on the back. However, I want my dimensionals, you could just put them in the middle, but I actually put my dimensionals so they actually are going to, they're going to do a job as well as provide dimension. Okay, they're going over this piece, and that's going to help that piece hold in place even better by securing it with the dimensionals on the back. So I had 2 at the bottom and 2 at the top, and if you want to, you can have 1 in the middle. Totally up to you. Let's whack that one there. Okay, so. And then, oh, I just realized I did a silly thing. I do want that one. I don't want them on this end. Sorry. Stop that. We don't want to do that. Because if we put the dimensionals all the way along, we're going to glue our card shut, and we actually don't want to do that. So I'm going to put that one right there. So we've got 2 there and 2 in the middle, not 2 on the end. Sorry, guys. As you were. All right. So those 2 there are in the right spot. Just got to make sure I take off the backs. They're all sticky. And remember I said about 1 centimeter from this end, roughly. All right. So now our flowers sentiment is in place. Does that make sense? Oh, thank you. Well, actually, that's okay. I have 43 watching altogether, but that includes Facebook as well. So you guys are only seeing whatever platform you're on. So there we go. All right, so these are looking really good. Now I've got 2 flowers. These have been cut with the dies, and I've done them in Flirty Flamingo. And the reason that I wanted these on here was that and you can do, like on some of the other projects that we're doing today, we've got double flowers. Let me sneak peek one to you so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so say, for example, this one. Okay, see how I've got a melon mambo flower underneath and then a flirty flamingo flower on top. You could do that here too, but I've just used single ones. Okay, and you might notice they're different. One has got more space in the middle, and the other one is a little bit of a different shape with less room in the middle. So they're slightly different flowers. But if you wanted to double up your flowers like this one, you sure can. All right, you can do that. All right, so here I go. I'm just deciding. Actually, I might put the centers together first. I've also got these little petal pink glitter paper centers. These are also from the dies. All right, and these are going to end up in the middle here. And then we've got these, because you can't have enough glimmer paper, right? I've got some Highland Heather. Now, this is a different glimmer paper pack. The Highland Heather is in a different pack altogether. And that one is going to go around here. All right, so this is how you can kind of see how they're coming together. Aren't they cute? All right, so the glimmer paper sticks. The only things that really stick well to glimmer paper are dimensionals and glue dots. So don't even bother with Tombow for glitter paper. I don't think it's a big success, but I do like to use glue dots, and I do like to use dimensionals. All right, so let's just pop these right here. And we're just going to have those there. And then on the back of that, I'm going to do the same with the other one actually while I'm thinking about it. So put one glue dot behind one of the stars, and the next one behind another star. 2 is plenty to hold this on. And then that's going to go around this little guy. And then on the backs of those, we're going to put a dimensional each. Okay, so let's whack one behind those. Right, dimensionals behind these guys. And then those are going to go right here. Aren't these great, these dies? I love that you can do so many different things with them. They're super useful. I'm just going to pop that one in there. Okay, so now we've got our cute little flowers. And I kind of like that they're a little bit lopsided. You know, they're not completely symmetrical. I like that about them. They kind of have personality, which is fun. Right, so I decided I wanted to have another glue dot behind the flower here because I'm going to pop them up. So let's add 2 more dimensionals. And then we're going to have one, take the backs off. We're going to have one at the top and one at the bottom. Okay, so let's bring this in. Now you can have them, if you want to, you can have them so that they're, I'm going to put it there because then my little petals are coming over. On this one, I had the petals going underneath. It's totally up to you where you would like your flowers to go. All right, so I'm going to move that down a little bit because I don't want to cover the writing. And that's looking kind of cute. All right, and then we've got 2 leaves. These are cut from the same dies, but they're with old olive. And I'm going to pop a glue dot behind each one. Find a glue dot. You'll notice the leaves, so they have one end has like a rounded end of the leaf and the other end has a pointy one. You can have them going whichever way you prefer. I did one of each, so that's kind of cool. So I'm going to put one glue dot here, and because these are up on dimensionals, we can, and I want to make sure, I don't want it to go over the fold because I want to make sure that we can open our card without that getting messed with. Okay, and then the other one, so that's the curve, the sharper edge. Then I'm going to have this one with the curved edge. So let's, and because this is on dimensionals, we've got plenty of room to put that in and have that leaf poking out there. Okay, so it's really coming together now. The only thing we have left to do now is to add bits of bling. Okay, and I've got these guys right here. You can use whichever color you like from these. We've got the melon mambo. Actually, are they melon mambo or berry burst? I'm not quite sure, but either way, the colors are the colors are similar and they both go with each other. So, but I'm thinking maybe because I like the orange and I like the yellow, I'm going to go with the green, I think, today. Just whatever floats your boat, really, when it comes to these colors. You can pick whichever ones you like. I'm going to use my take your pick tool. And I'm going to have one up here. And then I've got 2 little guys. So I'm going to stick with the lemon lime twist. And I'm going to have one here. And you can have it over here on the other end if you like, which would look rather good, or you could have it down here on this place. Where shall we put it? Where do you guys think it would look nice to have another one? Because I put this one on here, I'm wondering whether I should put it down here. What do you guys think? Do you have an opinion? You're loving the design. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Well, I actually have to say, I actually designed this card myself, Judith, sorry. So so yeah, that makes me feel really good to know that you like the design. Yeah, this is one that I came up with myself when I was trying to work out what the heck I was going to do this month for CraftAlong. Every month is different, right? Down, okay. On the label says Lynn. And Lynn was first. I'm so sorry, but that means we're going to move it because Lynn had the first pick on the label. So shall we go here? Let's try that. And then I feel like this one needs to move. Maybe that one can go there. That's better. There you go. So now I have two beautiful cards, both very, very similar to each other. I like how it's looking. I like that the join is covered from the back, and I like that we can see some of that beautiful embossing folder on the front of the white piece there. And there you go. That's all. That's your card this month. What do you think? Do we like it? It's a fun layout. It's really fun, and I thought it came out really nice, so I'm really, really happy. It would be good for a special birthday, Judy. That's a great idea. What dies are they? Okay, so the dies there's a couple of different dies. I've used the around the bend die to make the curve of the front. So this curved edge is this die from the around the bend dies. The around the bend dies are continuing. I have a feeling though that they might become online exclusives. I don't know that they're in the catalog. I think you're going to find them online, but they're not retiring. So that's really good. I'm still getting my head around what's retiring and what's not. It's going to take a while. I should have it worked out by the time the retirement list ends. I hope. But anyway, you like the design? Excellent. I'm so glad. It's a simple design, but I think it's something, it's a little bit of a special fun fold because, anything that's a little bit different is always seems special. Would you like to see the other cards we got this month? Would you like that? I've already shown you one. So we've had a bit of a sneak peek at this one. All right. And I think I love how bright this card is. It's the Lemon Lime Twist that does it for me. The Lemon Lime Twist together with the Berry Burst glitter just looks fantastic. So nice. And my Stamp Club ladies, I made this with them. I've only got 3 Stamp Club ladies at the moment, and we made this together this week. So there you go. You've been making it along with me. How did it go, Joan? You had the supply pack, right? So for anyone who's wondering, to get the supply pack, you just need to place a $60 plus order with me each month, okay? And you will get a supply pack in the mail the following month. So I've been doing this now for a good long while, more than 18 months since I started doing it this way. I'm deciding whether or not I am going to continue doing it exactly the same. I was thinking about maybe changing. At one point, I was thinking about changing to written tutorials, but some people said they still love the videos. It's really hard to know what to do. I can't do written tutorials and videos. It would just be too time consuming. So I have to pick one or the other. So you managed to keep up and you only have to add the flowers. That makes me happy. That's awesome. That means I was going at a good pace. So excellent. All right. So this is the first card that is an alternative design. And then we have this one. Now I did a couple of each one because I did one like my original design, and then I did another one when I did the video. And for this one here in the video, I don't know if you can see, I added Wink of Stella in the center. And I think that's a nice touch. So you can do it without Wink of Stella, but it looks really nice to have that bit of glitter in the middle. So I used Blends alcohol markers and show you how to use those for anyone who hasn't used Blends before for this card. And all the measurements, of course, are in the PDF. Then we have this card, okay, which is using the dies again, but an extra layer of dies. In fact, that's 2 layers. So we've got the petals, but then there's also another piece behind that with the glitter. So you can see a bit of glitter coming through, and that worked out really well. I experimented with a couple of different sizes of the Nested Essentials dies. The Nested Essentials dies are not retiring, so they will be in the new catalogue. This one on here is smaller, and then I used a bigger one on this one. And I'm not sure which one I like the best. I think I like this one the best. I originally used the smaller one so you could see more of the flowers around, but those flowers are kind of competing with my main flowers. So I actually think I like it on a bigger piece of white. I think that worked out better. But there you go. Convex Front Bifold Fun Card. Oh, that's a long name, but I don't mind it. Gosh, I'm going to have to go through all your comments at the end and pick which one I like the best. Right now, I think I like the words bifold card. I didn't think of doing that, so I'm really happy that you guys have suggested that. I've got one more project to show you, and this is a bit of a special one. So this is a gift card holder, Okay. This would be fantastic for a special gift for somebody. And I actually gave these to my team as my on-stage gifts. All right. Now, some of you may recognize the design from cards I've done before. Yes, I have used the envelopes again, okay, to create. So this is the note card size envelopes that we have. Okay, I have used those to create this. All right. And I did this when we go to On Stage, which is our big training event. This year it was held in Melbourne. Next year it's going to be held in Brisbane. But when we do one, there's people usually take swaps to swap with other demonstrators. I don't normally have time for that, but I focus instead on team gifts. So however many people are coming to On Stage, I work out how many people are coming and I make sure I provide a team gift for everybody. So I'm looking to see. I missed your comment there, Lani, on the label. I'm not sure what you mean. Yes. So the Zinnia DSP is just beautiful, and I used some of those bigger designs there, and I used my Berry Burst glitter paper and the old olive glitter paper for the heart, so Zinnia Love. And I don't know if you can see what's in here, but this is a little vial of Zinnia seeds. Okay, so if somebody wanted to come back from On Stage and plant these, they should grow for them. Wouldn't that be fun? I hope some people plant their seeds. So little thingy there of seeds. Of course, if you didn't want to do Zinnia seeds, you could, and you wanted to include a little bottle. The little bottles, I got this little bottle from my discount shop. So, you know, like Hot Dollar or the $2 shop or whatever your local little discount, Dollar Tree or whatever they're called, okay, you can get these little bottles, okay, and they come in a pack of 10. They've got a little cork at the top, and I show in the instructional video for this project, I show how to attach these in the easiest way, because I was doing it a really hard way until my husband came and helped me and showed me a better way to do it. So that's what that's all about. But if you were not wanting to include Zinnia seeds, or maybe you have different paper or something, you could put anything you like. You could have a little message in your bottle, or you could have glitter in your bottle or something else. There could be all kinds of things that you could put in there, and that could be, yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? It's just lovely, Jolene. All right, so in here, oh, hang on a second. This is not the full. Let me see if I've got the full piece. Okay, this one's completed. Okay, it doesn't have the Zinnia seeds, but you can see when I open it out, there is this section here that has like a bit of stamping on it. But then there's a little pull tab here. Can you see the word pull? Okay, and this is where your gift card holder your gift card would go. So I've got the piece in here that you would put your gift card onto. I gave my girls in Melbourne these little flags. So, because one of the great things about going to those on stage conventions is getting our hands on the brand new catalogue. And I know they're going to want to flag their pages with all the things that they love. So that's what this was for. This was for them to flag their brand new catalogues with some little sticky flags. Okay, so that's what that's all about. But you could put a gift card in there of any description, and you know, there's a little pull there to show you where you need to grab the gift card so they know where it is. Right, so that's the fifth project. If we count the one that we've just done, that's in order. They are, so the one we just did, which was this one here, okay. Oh, yep, that one. Then number 2 is this one with the beautiful lemon lime twist paper. Number 3 is the purple zinnias. Number 4 is the glittery flower with the multiple layers. And number 5 is the Zinnia seeds with the little pull out piece. Okay, so that's my projects this month. How do you get them? You go to my blog. Now let me give you the blog address. I'm going to pop it up on the screen so you can find it. But the blog post won't be up for probably, let me think, I just need to go in and edit the PDF and finish uploading the videos. I've recorded all the videos. They're ready to go. I've just got to get them all uploaded. So within the next hour, 2 hours at the most, you'll be able to go to the blog address and you'll be able to buy the PDF and all the pieces that the measurements and the videos and everything are included in that. So I hope that if you don't already have the supply pack or you're not in my team, that you will think about maybe purchasing this, because this is something I do to reach a few more people. And it's a great way of showing some fantastic projects and getting a little bit of return on investment for me. So so there we go. I hope that has made you guys, I hope that's really made you want to get inspired and get to your desks and make some fun things. I'll just hide this. So it's lhiggins.blogspot.com. That's where you go. There will be a PayPal link there that you can buy these tutorials, $15 Australian. Whether you're in Australia or whether you're elsewhere, you can purchase them. If you have trouble with PayPal and you can't make that happen, send me a message. My email address is this one, lindastampsau@gmail.com, and send me a message and I will do my best to work out an alternative payment system for you. Something. We'll come up with something. We'll make it work. Right? Okay. All right. Let me get out of here and go back and see if I've missed any questions or comments. Does anyone have any questions for me before I finish up? Oh, you didn't know there were zinnia seeds. You probably just thought it was a bit of dirt in there. That was, it's not very attractive, is it? Went out to the garden and stuck some dirt in the bottles. But no, I was thinking if you had a beach theme, you could put some sand in the bottle. That'd be fun. You could do something fun with that. Ah, yes, the vellum tag. And how sad are we all that vellum is retiring? Here in Australia, it has sold out. So you can't even get vellum from Stampin' Up currently because it's completely gone. It's been discontinued. I believe in the US it's still available, though. I know from speaking to my friend Susan, she was telling me it's still there. So, but it's gone here. I hope that's a great idea. Marilyn was saying she hopes if the team members plant their seeds and send me photos, they will send photos of the flowers. Wouldn't that be awesome? I'm not sure. We need to do some research on when is the best time of year to plant the zinnia seeds. I would really like to know that, actually. I need to look it up. So, but that's a great idea, Marilyn. I like that. I have to think about, I wonder what my team gift will be for my team members who go to the next on stage. I wonder. The sun has come out. That's awesome, Leslie. You must be in Sydney because it hasn't come out up here yet. So send it our way. You didn't think it was dirt? Yeah, that would be a little bit disappointing, wouldn't it? Special dirt. Very special. Do any of the dies cut out any of the DSP? That is a good question. If any of them do, let me just find I had the dies here. Give me a second. I'm just going to, if any of them do, the only one I can think of that maybe does would be this one. And maybe we have some leaves as well. That's a good question. Let's have a look, shall we? Have a very quick look and see what we can do. Because there's only a couple of dies that could possibly cut out. So I was thinking maybe, you know, this one, we could turn that around until it matched. I'm wondering, maybe I just haven't lined it up properly, or maybe it doesn't cut. I mean, like, it's close, right? That's super close. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if any of these actually match with that. The big ones on this paper, those are too big, definitely. So see, they're way too big. But possibly you might be lucky with some of these ones on the white background. Some of those might work. Let me just have a little look to see if we've got any leaves that would cut out, though. Because I don't think they're really made to match the paper. But, you know, sometimes they surprise us, right? Let me grab my Zinnia. So the only other ones I was thinking about was maybe these. They don't fit. Nope, not on that paper, definitely not. So maybe not. It would be nice. Would any of these? No, they don't match either. Nope. And these ones are too big, so they're not going to fit. So possibly not. So I'm going to say no. I don't believe these match, but they're nice. I love the dies. I've been using them a lot. been using these little guys particularly, and then the flower centers that go on those. I've been using those more than any others. We've got the stem that you can put behind one of the flowers, and there's also a short little stem with leaves that you could put behind the flowers as well. So there's heaps and heaps of things you can do with them. There's, as you've seen, I've been using a lot of them. I think I've used, looking to see, the only one that I didn't use the dies on, I think, is the purple one, but all the others I did. Let me double check. Yeah, I used the dies on all the others. Also, on this one, I used the mini alphabet dies. So that's where those letters came from. And I did a couple of different ones. I did some with the pink, the berry burst, and I did some with the Highland heather. So, so I had a bit of a different thing going on. Okie dokie. Yes, happy Easter, everyone. I hope that you all have a wonderful Easter. I will not be live tomorrow, Friday, Good Friday. I won't be going live tomorrow night. It's a holiday, so I'm having that one off. Sunday, I'm hoping to pre-record for you, but I'm not quite sure. But I have a feeling Ben has said he might be coming home on Sunday, and so if that's the case, I definitely want to spend that time with him. So yeah, let's see how we go. Oh, thank you, Judy. Yes, if you're able to give a thumbs up, that's great. Even better if you're able, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because that is how I get found by more and more people. The more people that subscribe, the more I get suggested and recommended to other people. So please subscribe if you haven't already, because then you get notified when I go live. So there you go. Look at all that color on my desk. Isn't that fabulous? I love all the color. So there you go. You'll have to let me know which is your favorite. All right, guys. Well, pop back to the blog if you'd like to purchase any of the tutorials for any of these projects. Well, it's all of the projects. You get all of them if you purchase the tutorials this month. Please pop back to the blog, lhiggins.blogspot.com, and you'll be able to purchase them there. Okay? Have a fantastic day. Happy Easter to you all, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.